Good evening there, everyone. Jakester here with another night of racing in the USA Truck Series. James won't be along for the call tonight, but hopefully he's getting better. Sounds like he might be coming down with the sickness. It's just me on the call tonight, and we got a good one in store for you here at Eldora. We're going to have the sprint qualifier to determine the final 4 drivers that get to lock their way in to the main event tonight. Top 35 are locked. Eldora being a smaller track, we only have 39 spots available. So starting on the front row is none other than the 38 of Connor Cooper and the 07 of Cash. Connor Cooper is filling in for Monty Shangle this week, who will be running on a rotation schedule. Every other race will be Monty, and then every other race, vice versa, will be Connor Cooper. Behind them is James King and Cannon Gage, Tommy Cording and Chips, Max Veers and Tim Hansen, the 59 of Gannon Bird and David Bird starting side by side. Then we got Philip Leeds and J.D. Arrington, William Kinsella Jr., and that would be the 86 of Josh Drake, the 99 of Daniel Paulus, and the 35 of Kat Durham, the 15 of Kenyon Hall, and the 25 of Lane Smith, then the 88 of Noah Hobson, the 42 of Dusty Redding, the 77 of Nelson Morrison, and the 72 of Matias Nunez, Luke West and Gavin Legend, Jacob Shangle and Brian Clark, and at the very back of the field you got Roland Heidfeld and Santi Messi. 30 laps here, and only the top 4 will transfer to the main event here tonight. 30 laps here at Eldora will go by pretty quickly. We'll see who's going to transfer in to the main event. Dirt tracks are always a mixed bag in the USA Truck Series, as we've seen a lot of different drivers come out victorious in these things. Really, you just don't know how it's going to play out every week. Currently James King with the lead here. It looks like Tommy Cording moving his way up to second. Chips is up to third. Max Veers is getting his way in there. And honestly, I'm going to change things on the fly for this event. We're actually going to transfer out of this one 14 drivers. I have it set up to where we could do both. 4 would just be a little bit unfair for some drivers, and we'll get to see more racing this way. So, and the way I'll explain it is our top 20 are locked into the main event tonight. So, unfortunately, the top 35 thing kind of goes out the window. But this will give us more opportunities for these drivers that are fighting their way in to get some more racing under their belt and perhaps a shot at the main event tonight. So you heard me there. 14 drivers are going to transfer out of this this heat into heat number 2. Oh, and we got a wreck already on lap 7 here, and they're wrecking again. Let's figure out. It was way up front at the lead where the wreck started. The 27 of Philip Leeds gets into Chips there. Tom Cording on the high side 3 wide with Max Veers, Philip Leeds, Chips, Gannon, Bird. Being a small track as it is, they just pile in there. And then they wreck again at the start-finish line. So this will actually be better the way we've got it worked out here, where our 14 will transfer, because it's just it's going to be a bit rough to just transfer your top 4 out of this. Cash currently with the lead over Tim Hansen, JD Arrington, Daniel Paulus, and Lane Smith. Cannon Gage has worked his way into a transfer spot currently. This should provide us with a little bit more action in between the race segments. Going forward into heat number 2, hopefully. Tom Cording, looks like he might be the last track on track at 25th, meaning, nope, the 20, that's 01 of Veers, 27th. Only one retirement, the 35 truck of Cat Durham, so I stand corrected. There we go, back to green here on lap 11 with 18 laps to go in this heat. Tim Hansen sneaks his way to the front. Cash settles into second. Daniel Paulus is riding the high line here. It looks like he might kiss the wall barely. Oh, 44 smacked the wall. Man, they're 3 and 4 wide on a dirt track. This is just insane. Drivers here definitely got their hands full each lap, trying to avoid getting involved in a wreck. 77 kissed the wall, and now it looks like Santi Messi might be in the transfer spot. The front again, they're wrecking. Oh, the 86 and the 42. Gonna have another caution. We might have a potential chance for another green-white checkered event in the series here. The way things are going so far. Ow, that 86 hit the wall hard. They were running in the top 10 even. Everything is very much fast-paced here so far. It's hard to do any replays without the race getting back to green, as it's only a half-mile dirt track. Non-stop action from the word go. We'll be sitting at about 10 laps to go on the coming restart. Lane Smith making some moves. He started all the way at the back, currently sitting in second. Cash is settled in at the front and stayed there this whole race so far, as well as Connor Cooper. Daniel Paulus has worked his way into a transfer spot. Gavin Legend, too. Santi Messi came pretty far from the back, sitting in 8th. Cannon Gage surviving the carnage that's already ensued so far. Our last transfer on track would be the 15 truck here of Kenyon Hall. And you thought this heat's crazy. Wait till heat number 2, when we'll have almost 30 trucks on track. We got 28 on track right here. And the main event will be 39, so hold your horses. This could get crazy. Not a lot of retirements yet, as we've had just a lot of trucks with damage so far. And they're 4 and 3 wide at the front. Cash is fighting for a heat win here. Looks like they might. And they're wrecking again. Oh, and it looks like hockey pucks on the ice. We will get another opportunity for a restart here. Cash takes the lead over Connor Cooper and Daniel Paulus. Tim Hansen falls back to 4th. JD Arrington in 5th. Cannon Gage 6th. Gavin Legend 7th. Very impressive run for Roland Heidfeld in the top 10. Nelson Morrison in 9th. Gannon Bird, Philip Leeds, David Bird, and Jacob Shangle, as well as William Kinsella. Oh, nope. The 44 is your last transfer spot at the moment. The 3 truck is laps down in 24th. More retirements. It looks like the 5 of Santi Messi, the 84 of Luke West, and Tom Cording running 4 laps down. So 5 laps to go. We'll likely get one more restart here to conclude this first heat. Yep, so I hope y'all didn't mind the switching up of formats here. I was leaning one way or the other, and then when I realized this track had 39 pit stalls, I almost just went with the 4 transferring out of this one to make it a sprint qualifier and the main event. This will give a bunch of drivers a shot to drive their way in, because in that the second heat we'll have, it'll be the top 18 transferring. And so the transfer rate in the second heat will be a little bit better than this one, as we only have 14 transferring out from here. They get doubled up again. Probably only get one more restart for the conclusion of this one. A lot of comers and goers, and still the front row remains the same from the start. Cash and Connor Cooper, who started there, running there in the closing laps. Cash is fighting with Daniel Paulus right now for the lead. When they get really wide in the groove and push to the wall there. Gonna keep it going straight, running that wall like a slot car. This will be the final lap. We'll see if they can keep it in a transfer spot. And there we go. Looks like Cash will transfer. And the chaos as it was, the 67 of JD Arrington actually pulls off the win in this heat. Roland Heidfeld second. Gavin Legend third. Connor Cooper, Nelson Morrison, Tim Hansen, Philip Leeds, the 99 truck of, that would be Daniel Paulus, Cannon Gage, Jacob Shangle, Gannon Bird, Cash, Noah Hobson, and Dusty Redding all make it to the second heat here. Looks like our bummers will be that of David Bird missing it by a few spots, Max Veers missing it, and the rest of them, they got wrecked out, it looks like, right there at the bottom. So alrighty, so like previously mentioned, our top 18 will transfer out of this one, meaning 10 drivers are going to go home. This is kind of your bigger group of trucks. Most of these drivers still within the top 35 in points, so likely a lot of them will move on. But at least this will give the others an opportunity to try and race their way in. Green Waves and Dave Steele off to the early lead over Connor Cooper. You got Brian DeBlanc and Cash running 3 wide there in the back. The 14 of Adam Gerber-Forian this week in that Mopar white and blue and black scheme. Looks really fancy out there, actually. Dave Steele gets, right into the wall. Hit hard there. This is going to push him back to the back. Let's head back and look at our transfer bubble spots. Yeah, 22 is not having a good day so far. The last of our transfer spots, at the moment was Matthew Fastnot, but that went backwards for him. Looks like Jacob Shangle and Philip Leeds are currently in the last transfer spots. A lot of these drivers are just getting too close to the wall and are losing a lot of traction. 46 of Craig Popcris is in the wall. The 07 of Cash. The sides of those trucks are going to look like cheese graters at the end of the race. The fight for this last transfer spot is going to be pretty insane. Looks like James Fireball Robert sitting on the transfer currently. A lot of back and forth. The 43 was losing it there. Yeah, the 43 of Tayden loses it. We don't get a caution. At the front, Zach Armstrong showing some strength. The drivers that are able to keep it off the wall seem to be doing the best here, as they've broken away from the rest of the field. And as I say that, Connor Cooper gets bit by the wall bug. Revan Bush making moves to the front. Cannon Gage making moves to the front. Give some credit to Nate Gonzalez there on the inside. Looks like he's going to be able to make up some spots and get into nearly a transfer spot. Getting stuck 3 wide ain't going to help him though. They are still wrecking again. At the leaders. So we're halfway through this one. And our leaders get tangled up. Dang. Zach Armstrong was having a really good run there. 3 wide at the front, and it takes 3 of the contenders out that were fighting for a win. Yeah, these dirt races are just so unpredictable, man. They're going to have to come from the back of the field to try and get this one back. Taden Berggren maintains his lead lap status, even though he wrecked and was sent all the way to the back. I've given Nate Gonzalez credit there, and it looks like he's in our transfer spot. Philip Leeds, Gavin Legend, Matthew Fastnot, Brian DeBlank. This is a situation that Jordan Walker probably never wanted to see himself in, fighting for the main event here tonight. He was inside the top 35 in points, but this is definitely untreaded territory for Jordan Walker. And you got Noah Hobson, Cash, Craig Popgris. He's been running hard and staying towards the front here. Dave Steele, James Robert, Cannon Gage, Tyler Disharoon, Revan Bush, Connor Cooper, Gannon Bird. Good showing here for Charlie Chippington. And Tim Hansen, who's a proven winner in the series, would definitely like to get into the main event here tonight. 12 laps to set the field for the main event here. Chippington off to the races there, as Tim Hansen's going to fight back on the inside. As you can see, there's a lot of power in those two Toyotas running at the front here. Tim Hansen's going to muscle his way back into the lead. Connor Cooper, though, showing that those Fords have the power as well. And there's 4 Toyotas all packaged right there together like sardines in a tin can. The fight here is getting pretty heated. 4 wide at Eldora. There's no way that's going to work. Somehow they prevail. They're trying to wreck. Wow, Revan Bush had his hands full there. They're 4 wide again. They're dang, this is some insane racing. And we had another caution. Oh, Craig Popgris gets dropped to the back here pretty brutally. Oh, and the 77 and the 99 of Daniel Paulus is what brought out our most recent caution here. This is probably the most frantic 30-lap heat races I've ever witnessed, as our transfer spots continue to switch hands at a rapid pace that I can't even keep up with. Nate Gonzalez has worked himself up a couple more spots into a nice cushion there in 15th. Gavin Legend, Jacob Shangle, and Dusty Redding. Currently on the outside looking in, though, is J.D. Arrington, Craig Popgris, Roland Heidfeld, Taden Berggren, Noah Hobson, Nelson Morrison, Daniel Paulus, Zach Armstrong, Jessica Hergeson, and Adam Gerber-Forian. The one I think we're gonna want to watch here on this restart will be Craig Popgris. I think he's gonna want to race in that main event pretty badly. Starting on the outside may not be the most ideal situation. These guys are going to get going one more time. This is 4 to go, so likely the last restart of the race. Two laps to go, and it's going to be gone in a blink here as they're wrecking again. Caution. What I'm going to do, add laps for green-white checkers, and we're going to have one more shot. They're going to extend the laps to give us a green-white checkers here. I definitely goofed that up. It looks like it's going to reset it to lap 0. Oh, no. That's the pace truck. They're on lap 0. Never mind. Wow, that would have sucked if they actually did that. But as you can see, the leader is on lap 30 of 32. So it's going to keep adding laps to give us an opportunity at this green-white checkers. Let's do a little bit of recap as to who's on the bubble right now. Jacob Shangle sitting in 18th, and Craig Popgris has worked his way back up to 19th. Taden Berggren must have had the restart of a lifetime on that last restart as he's in a transfer spot. As they get everything sorted out here, the lights are going to go off on the pace truck, and we're going to have at least another opportunity to determine the outcome of this heat. None of these trucks look clean. They all look like they've been through a 10-round fight with a boxer. We're going to keep our eyes at the front here to see who's going to pull off the heat win. And, man, it's going to be so fun, though, to watch who's going to be fighting for that transfer spot, though. It's going to be hard to pick. Let's watch the transferees. Looks like Popgris might be able to get a spot here and put himself in. White flag this time by. Taden Berggren running on the high side. Looks like Taden's going to lose enough spots to fall out. The 28 truck. Oh, and our last transfer spot belongs to Craig Popgris. Taden Berggren misses it by 1 spot. Disharoon, Dusty Redding. The winner of the heat was Tim Hansen. Gannon Bird, Revan Bush, Matthew Fastnot, and then James Fireball Robert, Dave Steele, Charlie Chippington, Cash, Brian DeBlanc, Jordan Walker, and then there was Philip Leeds. Gavin Legend makes a start, which will be good for him. JD Arrington, Nate Gonzalez with a good run here. Dusty Redding in the 42. Jacob Shangle in the 64. Tyler Disharoon just hangs on at the end of that one to get in on the 17th spot. And our last transfer, Craig Popgris, in dramatic fashion, is able to put himself into the main event here tonight. So you've seen how they got to this point through the first two heats of the race. Now we're going to see them fight for the win here in the Snowball 150 here at Eldora. Starting on the front row, it is the 19 of Atlee Weiss alongside Tim Hansen. And you got Chris Hergeson and Philip Leeds, Tim Cording and Aunt Me Person, Gannon Bird and Chaz Chadwick, John Brinker and Cash, Jordan Walker and Jack Davis, Andrew Moger and Jacob Shangle, Trevor Walker and Brian DeBlanc, Maggie Reams and Jack Ross, our season opening winner, Bradley Reams, starting deeper in the pack this week, alongside Al Bunch. Then you got James Fireball Robert and Revan Bush, Krista Cower and Tyler Disharoon, Matthew Fastnot and Dave Steele, Nate Gonzalez and Mike Bliss Jr., Charlie Chippington and Paulo Ladino, Avery Farrell and Nathan Morgan, Dusty Redding and Luis Rodriguez. Our feel-good story from heat number 2, Craig Popkris near the back here with Gavin Legend and Colton Smith and Adam Kraus to set the field at the back here. Snowball 150, so we got 150 laps here at Eldora. We should have it pretty well crafted to the best racing product here this evening, as you've got the 38 best drivers in the USA Truck Series. Atlee Weiss with the pole, definitely feels good to start at the front here. We've already got Dodge Ram's first victory of the season with Bradley Reim, so perhaps we could be 2 for 2 here at the end of the evening. Atlee Weiss gets off to the early lead here. Tim Hansen gets suckered into the wall, kind of collects himself, settles back down. But it's going to be 3 wide all the way back for him. Tim Cordings definitely showed his expertise on dirt tracks. One of his victories was a dominant flag-to-flag lead the laps. He put every truck a lap down. He was the only truck on a lap of his own at the Chili Bowl last year. Oh, Philip Leeds and Atlee Weiss get knocked backwards there. They settle back in. We keep going green. 04 Chris Hergeson as well. Seems to be the conveyor belt of hitting the wall and falling to the back. 4 wide with Cash and Tim Hansen in the middle, right in front of these guys. Our points leader, Bradley Reim, is being smart here and staying on the inside. Trevor Walker, wow, they're just losing control all the way to the back there. But give credit to Bradley Reim for just staying safe and making maneuvers to get back up to the front here. A lot of these guys, it might not be on the front of their mind right now, but they're definitely fighting to stay in the top 35 in points. A lot of the same cast of characters at the front of the field, where we got Tim Cording now leading over Chadwick and Aunt Me Person there too. We got our first caution already. See if we can figure out exactly what the primary cause was for this caution. Oh, they got stacked up there. Looks like it's 4 wide. You got Krista Cower, the middle of the sandwich there. Revan Bush just had nowhere to go, and it collected Charlie Chippington, Krista Cower, Cash. For the most part, it looks like it was just about those 4. Wow, that's a close call by the 91 of Adam Kraus there. And we do have folks pitting during this race, which is unusual. These trucks are definitely going to be severely damaged by the end of this one. There ain't going to be a clean side to any of these trucks. Well, after those pit stops shuffled out, it looks like Al Bunch is going to be at the front here. Jack Davis, the leader. Jack Ross, who's also had a win on a dirt track, showing that he's got what it takes to dominate these dirt tracks, perhaps. Nice position for Paulo Ladino in the early running of this one. Green flies, and it's Jack Ross in the lead. Jack Davis in tow. Paulo Ladino on the high side. Al Bunch trying to, I believe Al Bunch is one of those drivers that won a dirt track race last season as well, so kind of got your dirt track ringers coming to the front. Nathan Morgan actually won our last Busch race. Started off the Sylvania Busch Light season with a win at Fontana, doing double duty in the series. Oh, and Bradley Reim gets involved in a wreck here. Four wide situation again. It looks like Tim Hansen and Nate Gonzalez collecting Jacob Shangle. The 91 of Adam Kraus and the 4 of Bradley Reim. That 64 truck looks rough. That was just a kiss there from Bradley Reim. Looks like it might have ended the day for Adam Kraus. Charlie Chippington might be done. So it looks like Jacob Shangle retired, Trevor Walker retired, Cash retired, Charlie Chippington, and Adam Kraus. So new leader in the race is Brian DeBlanc in that Greyhound Ford. Avery Farrell behind him, Nathan Morgan and Chaz Chadwick. Paulo Ladino, Philip Leeds, Matthew Fastnot, and Luis Rodriguez Not half bad for Dave Steele there. I stand corrected. He's 24th laps down, so even Fastnaught's 23rd laps down. But Paul Ladino for sure. Top 5 for him. That's a good showing. Our lappers are going to head to the back here, as the rest of the field is going to double file up and get ready to go back to racing. Haven't had very many long green flag runs yet. Ryan DeBlank's got the inside on the start here. It looks like Avery Farrell might get the better of it on the outside. Oh, the 8 of Nathan Morgan having to pit. That didn't look like it was planned. These 4 trucks fighting for the lead. 4 wide for the lead. These guys need to settle down here as they're trying to race for what they presume might be the last lap. It's only lap 22. John Brinker into the top 3 already. As Brian DeBlank continues to stay out front. Gets passed by Luis Rodriguez, falling back to 2nd. Oh, the 74 of Moger hit the wall pretty hard there. That's nothing new. It seems like we've got a lot of wall hits here today. Kind of like the Darlington Stripe. If we had a counter, we would be counting the wall hits at Eldora. Now on our leader, Luis Rodriguez hit the wall hard enough that he's fell back here. Brian DeBlank continuing to lead out front, and we get yet another caution. Utter chaos this race was going to be from the word go. Yo 4 there of Chris Hergeson. The 79 of James Robert. Oh, and Robert just kind of lost track of where he was on the field there. Collided with the 04. Sliding back down, Nate Gonzalez. Oh, and Nate Gonzalez was not able to avoid him. Nor was the 00 of Jack Ross. That was a caution that had a little bit of lingering effects there as our leaders now come upon them. Ladino gets stuck behind him. They get all kinds of bunched up here as I think it's going to settle itself out here in a moment. Might have to extend a caution for this one. Looks like Brian DeBlank must have pitted as Chadwick now becomes the new leader. Paul Ladino, Jordan Walker, John Brinker, Jack Davis, Tim Cording, Gavin Legend with what's one of his best runs in the Truck Series ever, Tyler Disharoon, Dusty Redding, Craig Popcrest in your top 10 right now. They're back to going already. The rest of the field didn't quite get all settled out at the back. But Chadwick with the lead. Jordan Walker fighting on the inside. Paul Ladino bounces off the wall there. Well, Jordan Walker is going to run Chadwick way high. The 2 of those drivers Brinker and Chadwick get into it. This brings out the caution yet again. This is probably one of the strangest races that we'll ever see in the USA Truck Series here, as we only have 13 trucks left on the lead lap. A bunch of trucks are laps down. We've got a bunch of trucks that have already wrecked out. We're not even 1/3 of the way through this one. 35 out of 150 laps. As you can see, the attrition rate is strong here. Cash, Trevor Walker, Adam Kraus, Charlie Chippington, Jacob Schengle, Maggie Reams, Jack Ross, Nate Gonzalez, James Robert, Krista Cower, Bradley Reim, last week's winner. Oh, Brian DeBlanc had to retire. Must have received too much damage at one point. And the 33 of Colton Smith also out. Still, we still have plenty of heavy hitters at the front of the field here. Whether or not we're going to actually see any green flag runs without any more wrecks, that's to be determined. Go back to racing here again. Jordan Walker and Jack Davis at the front. Gavin Legend and Tim Cording right behind. And then Tyler Dishroon and Dusty Redding. Way different field of drivers than what we usually see running towards the front here. Jack Davis falls back. It looks like Tim Cording is going to muscle his way to the lead by Jordan Walker here. Gavin Legend tasting the front of the field for the first time in his USA Trucks career. This is definitely rare air for him. Jordan Walker gets into the wall a little bit too hard there. Settles back down on track. Andrew Moger is going to get by Gavin Legend here for position. Got to give credit to Paul Ladino for as steady as he's run all day here. Oh, Tim Cording gets into the wall a bit too hard there. And we got to fight for the lead where Nathan Morgan's going to take it away from Tyler Disharoon. Disharoon into the wall. Oh, and they're wrecking. Chadwick gave Dave Steele a push there. Dave Steele keeps it going. As you can see, the effects of that are going to be felt heavy as he falls pretty far back in the field. Matthew Fastnot coming back out on track after spending some time on pit road, it seems. These trucks look like war horses out there, man. Oh, Pop Chris gets into the wall really hard there. And unfortunately brings out another caution on lap 46. Brought to you by the 46 car. So Pop Chris gets into the wall pretty hard here. Comes back down on track, taking Mike Bliss Jr. with him. Al Bunch. Actually, Al Bunch made it through there. I want to go back a few laps and show you what I was talking about with Dave Steele. Yeah, right there. As you can see, there's a move here. Chadwick gets a run on the inside and just hooks him right into the inside of the track. Dave Steele does a masterful job collecting it and coming back on track without causing a wreck. Settling back in on track and so on and so forth. But then just a few laps later, we had Popgris cause a wreck that brought out this next caution here. One thing that also lingers heavy is winning a race, locking your way into the round of 12 later in the season. We're about 3 months out. First round of the playoffs is going to be in May for this winter circuit. The trucks and Busch are broke up into a winter season and a summer season. So you're going to have a pair of champions for the trucks and the Busch series each year. Winter sets run from January to June. And then, you know, the rest of June to the end of the year for the summer circuit. And if you win the championship in the trucks here, you'll get locked into a Busch ride if you haven't already. As we've noticed, some of these drivers doing double duty, running Busch and trucks. That restart seemed kind of off there, but they're back in racing. They passed the pace truck. Oh, and Moger loses it, collecting Ladino, Redding. Ooh, Jack Davis. Chris Hergeson's in another one. That might spell doom for the 74 truck there. All he had to do was keep it going. He was going to get a top 10, it looked like, the way he was running, and now he might be out for the count. One-third of the way through the race, and we got a ringer at the front, Tim Cording, who's shown his dominance on these dirt tracks. Found his way back in front at the dirt track here. The field continues to shrink more and more as the laps count down. We've got more tracks trapped laps down. We've only got 8 trucks on the lead lap. Tim Cording, Luis Rodriguez, Jordan Walker, Tyler DeSharoon, Gavin Legend, John Brinker, Paul Ladino, and Chaz Chadwick are your top 8. And even with all this carnage, the one thing stands true here. Someone's got to win this thing. And we may potentially see a surprising winner. We might see a dominant winner. There's still many possibilities on the table here. Tim Cording, of course, would be the safe favorite to win it as they sit. Luis Rodriguez, on the other hand, hasn't really had a truck throughout last year to this season that's been a contender, so he would be a surprise for sure. Jordan Walker, not so much. Jordan Walker is pretty dominant. And then we got John Brinker, who's, you know, and even Gavin Legend. It's a lot that could, could play out here in these last 100 laps. And hopefully we can get some good green flag runs going here and try to avoid bringing out more cautions. There's a lot less trucks on track right now. Oh, and we get another caution. 46 and the 19. Oh, and the 94 of Paulo Ladino. So this happened at the front of the field. Yep. Man, even once we're running out of trucks to wreck, they're still wrecking at the front. The 28 gets into the rear bumper of the 48, slamming him into Atlee Weiss. 48 truck's lucky it didn't try to tumble there. Atlee gets hit by Popgris there. Oh, and Paulo Ladino just had nowhere to go, evidently. As you can see, running on the outside, clips the 19, and that 48 just sliding right into Paulo Ladino. Still, the statistic stands where Chevrolet is yet to win a race in the USA Trucks. That ends the day for Paulo Ladino. So Paulo Ladino out. Dusty Redding out. Andrew Moger out. And then there were only 6 on the lead lap. Jordan Walker leads John Brinker, Gavin Legend, Tim Cording, Tyler Disharoon, and Luis Rodriguez. And amongst those 6, if any more of them wreck out, still a lot of things that can happen here. Back to green here as Jordan Walker gets one hell of a start on the field. Gavin Legend up to 2nd. Gavin Legend better be careful with that 28 truck right there behind him, who just caused a wreck last run. Tim Cording making the moves to get back to the lead here. Gavin Legend getting into the wall. So now it's back to Tim Cording holding serve. Tim Hansen behind him. Tyler Disharoon. Yeah, now we only have 4 trucks left on the lead lap here. Tim Hansen's actually a lap down trying to fight to get his lap back. And just like that, he's in front of the leader. If caution comes out now, he would be back on the lead lap fighting for the win here. And he might be the caution if he's not careful. Oh, and there we go. He was the caution. Taking Tim Cording with him. There is no winning this race. There's nothing going right for anyone here tonight. Leader is Tyler Disharoon over Gavin Legend and Luis Rodriguez. As we're slowly catching up to halfway in this race. I can understand for some how hard this might be to watch, as there's really no rhyme or reason, no flow to this whole story here tonight at Eldora. I figured I was trying to tweak the rating, the aggression level back to what I felt was going to be a comfortable race level, but evidently we still can't get it figured out here, as we still are wrecking nearly every other lap. So when that caution came out, we did get a few more drivers on the lead lap, get their lap back. 8 of Nathan Morgan retires, so there's another one dropping out. Tim Hansen out, Chris Hergeson out. So that'll put us at 19 trucks left running, and we're only halfway through this race. And honestly, any of those 19 drivers are still in contention for the win here tonight, because our leaders have been the ones wrecking out like crazy. Atlee Weiss has got himself back on the lead lap in 6th place there. Go back in green again. 28 truck with the lead. Losing it at the moment to the 48 of Luis Rodriguez. Got to give Atlee Weiss credit here for his resiliency and not giving up tonight here at Eldora. Even though it's been a wreck fest and a demo derby tonight, there has been some racing breaking out. Oh, and now Atlee's going to settle into the lead on this caution break here. '78. Oh, an Aunt Me person comes in and gets a piece of that. 59 of Gannon Bird. Oh, and the 78 just has some kind of issue there. Don't know if it was maybe a mechanical failure. Loses control of it, and then bam! The 13 of Aunt Me person had nowhere else to go. Who was running 10th. That'll probably end his day as well. Aunt Me person out. John Brinker out. Nathan Morgan out. Tim Hansen out. We're going to be down to about 15 trucks left running now, as this race just can't seem to end fast enough for the field of USA truck drivers here. Next race will be in 2 weeks. Might be a little bit more sophisticated than this one. Be going to the Brands Hatch Road Course with these trucks. Cup guys already ran there, and we saw Alexander Rossi take home victory. And our 22 truck champion, Guido Piano, actually finished 2nd there. So Atlee Weiss with the lead. This is definitely going to be a good opportunity for him to take it home. Even at the worst, he could finish about 15th right now. So definitely good fighting chance to take home victory for his first ever race win in the trucks potentially. Amongst all the trucks, his looks pretty clean. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been hit with a can opener like some of them. Also, Dave Steele running 2nd. That's a huge story. Getting roughed up earlier by Chaz Chadwick, and he's found his way into 2nd place here. Tim Cording still in the fight. Chadwick actually a lap down, but he could find his way back around these guys to get his lap back. And Dave Steele taking the lead away from Atlee Weiss. We might as well should have just thrown out the first half of this race because it looks like we might actually get to see what we all tuned in for. A good action-packed race to the finish here. Trucks are beaten and demolished from head to toe. But they still got four wheels on them. Still got a driver at the steering wheel. Oh, and wow. They kind of ran Atlee into the wall there. Atlee's going to have to settle down here and get back in line. Falling back to fourth. Dave Steele third. Tim Cording second. Oh, correction. Tim Cording's first. Dave Steele second. Atlee Weiss still in third. Atlee Weiss is struggling to find the track a bit at the moment. But we're getting a long green flag run here as we're hitting lap 90. Oh, and our leaders spin out. Tim Cording and Jordan Walker. They just ran out of room. Got clipped by the 22, who keeps the lead. This spins Tim Cording out, giving Atlee Weiss second back. These guys are lucky they didn't get clipped again as the other trucks drive by them. Dave Steele's trying to go from unknown to dirt track phenom here. Made a slick save earlier, and the guy that's sitting right behind him was to blame for it. Dave Steele, too, would most definitely work his way into the top 35 in the points with a run like this. Honestly, everyone that's left running will probably be in the top 35 in points, as everyone still running is going to get a top 15 here tonight. We're only 35 minutes along, and I don't think we've had much more than 5 minutes of racing. It's mostly been about 30 minutes of caution. Atlee Weiss is going to get the highly coveted outside line on the restart here. And he blows by the 22 of Dave Steele to settle into first place. Definitely looking good for Atlee so far. '54 Revan Bush coming back out on track in a bad situation there, it looks like. He comes back down pit road to avoid causing any more commotion with the lead pack. Dave Steele gets into the wall, and this gives Atlee a larger lead. Chadwick going to drive around and get his lap back. So now we've got Chadwick back on the lead lap. Now all he's going to need is a caution to settle back into a position to fight for the win here tonight. 5 trucks on the lead lap. It looks like Tim Cording pulled down pit road to do some repairs to that truck. Avery Farrell out with damage just now. Truly 16 trucks left running. Atlee kisses the wall, and now it's Dave Steele to the lead. We got 50 laps to go here. And I'm forecasting that we're going to see longer green flag runs here, as Atlee's fighting on the inside of Dave Steele to take that lead back. In between all the wrecks and cautions, there's still some good racing going on here at Eldora. Even if it's, due in part to the fact that they keep kissing the wall on the front stretch there. Everyone's having the same issues hitting the wall, so it's almost a wash. As Atlee Weiss drives out here to a steady lead right now, he'll probably end up kissing the wall again. Oh, and Chadwick falls back a lap down, so Chadwick gets into the wall and loses momentum. Jordan Walker continuing to lose laps here. Craig Popgris gets passed for a lap there. This is the biggest lead that I think we've seen all day, as Atlee is driving away from Dave Steele. But even though there's a sizable lead, Dave Steele's still running really hard. As you can see, turned to 14.5 that time compared to Atlee's 14.8. So he's reeling him back in, slowly but surely, as we still haven't had a caution in this green flag run yet. Getting treated to some good racing here in the closing laps. Atlee could make it 2 for 2 for Dodge. Dave Steele could make it first win of the season for Ford. Atlee keeps it going even though there's a lot of lap traffic that he's having to fight with here. It's looking like Dave Steele and Atlee are going to be our 2 contenders. Luis Rodriguez could be in striking distance if these 2 make a mistake. But with 39 laps to go, it's up to Atlee and Dave. This will be a tremendous victory for Atlee Weiss, as he is confirmed that he's going to be selling his truck team at the end of the winter season here. His truck season last year was not terrible, but not desirable at the same time. Not having pulled off a win, his teammate Avery Farrell won for the team last year. And so he's trying to sell his team in trucks so that he can work his way up to Cup. And he's definitely got good potential of securing a ride in Cup even mid-season this coming summer segment of the season. As they mostly say, wins cure everything. It'll be a huge boost to morale, and perhaps a shot in the arm that'll give him an opportunity to fight for a championship this year. Still, he's got to hold off Dave Steele. That you can see is peeking back into the picture here. Dave Steele's running fast laps. He's even got a little bit of help there from Chadwick, it looks. These guys are running pretty comparable laps at the front of the field, as Dave Steele just ran a 14.5. Atlee had run a 14.6, but that time ran a 14.7. Whoa! Atlee just gets by the tin truck there of Jordan Walker. Lap traffic's going to be the bane of his existence right now, as Craig Popcris is going to drop him back to second. Now Atlee's only opportunity is going to be if Dave Steele gets into the wall again, which there's always a high chance of that still happening here tonight. Oh, and speak of the devil, as the wall bug bites him again. Atlee drives back around him. It's definitely a shame for Dave Steele, as he's got a very fast truck. It's almost too fast for the confines of Eldora Speedway here. This is one of the most heroic battles I've seen in the Truck Series, between two trucks that just want it. They want to get that win very badly. For Dave Steele, it's only his second or third attempt at running, marking what would be another interesting stat, since we opened the season with a rookie winner. Dave Steele would make it 2 for 2 on rookie winners in the season. 24 laps to go. But Atlee ain't going away. They're fighting through lap traffic and staying pointed in the right direction here. Atlee uses that truck as a pick to get the lead back. Dave Steele struggling to get around Mike Bliss Jr. '28 truck on the lead lap. This will put them down to 3 trucks left on the lead lap. This is also a good opportunity for Chaz Chadwick, as that will eventually be a position that Chadwick can gain. The 28 truck falling back to the grasps of Chadwick already. Chadwick will be in 4th place. Right there. Chadwick up to 4th. So, really good points day for Chadwick, even though he's going to finish a lap down. But I can't get over this battle for the lead. It's been back and forth for the last 50 laps between these two talented drivers. They're giving it all they've got. Dave Steele gets the lead back, but not for long, as Atlee's going to do the passover move. Oh, the 46 who hindered Atlee earlier in this run, now causing Dave Steele great concern for his position on track here. The crazy part is the fact that Atlee gets this big boost. He'll usually give it back up, and before you know it, Dave Steele will be back on his bumper again. Instead of driving around the tin truck here and leaving, he's fighting this lap traffic. More so, the lap traffic's not giving up, as they don't want to fall a lap down, or more laps down for this matter. With 13 laps to go, though, this is going to be a lot harder for Dave Steele to pull off. He's going to need a little bit of luck on his side in the form of bad luck for Atlee Weiss. Chadwick could still get another position, as the other truck that's going to be close to going a lap down is the 48 of Luis Rodriguez. If you look ahead just a few more, yeah, next truck that they're going to catch will be third place driver of Luis Rodriguez. Yep, you can see them right in the back of the picture here. 10 laps to go though. It ain't going to be easy for them to catch up to that 48 truck. Man, maybe I was mistaken, as Atlee's driving away now with this lead. Dave Steele nowhere to be seen, as Atlee's catching the tail end of the field here. He could be one of two trucks left on the lead lap at the end of this one. And Chadwick could get up to third, as long as he keeps it off the wall and doesn't do that again. Seven laps to go. It's Atlee's race to lose for the time being. And a long one coming for Atlee, definitely. As his truck career has not been ideal. He's definitely going to be a truck winner if he can finish it off here tonight. And even retiring in the truck series with one win on your, resume, that'll still look pretty good. Now we're going to have to watch here to see if Chadwick catches the 48 truck for position. It's amazing, last 50 laps of this race, we've gone without a caution. 3 laps to go. Technically 2 laps to go for these lappers. Chadwick is going to get a run here. Chadwick is going to make a pass. 3 wide. That puts Chadwick up to third. One hell of a night for Chadwick just to, soldier along here. Meanwhile, Atlee takes the white flag. Final lap here. That heated battle between him and Dave Steele didn't equate to much at the end of it all, as Atlee drives around and takes his first ever USA Truck Series win here at Eldora. The Snowball 150 did not disappoint. Well, some of y'all might have disappointed a little bit, as seems we might have been better off to only have about 10 trucks make the main event here tonight. At the end of it all, Atlee Weiss with the win, of course. Dave Steele in second. Chadwick third. Luis Rodriguez fourth. Gavin Legend with his first ever top 5 in the series. Tyler Disharoon, Al Bunch, Jordan Walker, Tim Cording, and Gannon Bird with his first career top 10. Then you got Philip Leeds, Mike Bliss Jr., and Craig Popgris, as well as Revin Bush and Jack Davis to round out your top 15. Only 14 trucks finished the race here today, and it's a good thing that we only had 150 laps, or else this race may have seen less than 10 trucks finish at the end. Our points leader, Bradley Reim, takes a huge hit as he finishes 28th tonight. We're going to have to see how that shakes up the points tally for next week, and who's all in and out of the top 35 as well. Second race of the season, and 2 wins for Dodge. So we've got 2 different Dodge wins on the season. So yes, definitely very chaotic I think that's why these dirt races are so much of an oddity. There's such a novelty, but they're still fun to watch. And like we saw there at the end, we still had a good fight for the win. As I'm going to be on vacation in this coming weekend, I'm going to get the next broadcast set up for tomorrow with the Bush series, and then we'll have a 2-week bye period. So definitely off to a good start this season. Tried my best tonight to do it solo, and it always helps to have another person in the booth kind of giving play-by-play input, and hopefully James will be available for the next one. If not, then I'll keep soldiering along on a solo broadcast like this. But yeah, congrats again to Atlee Weiss on taking home the win here. Was definitely a new winner, and it's gonna shake up the, it's gonna shake up the championship going forward. So thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate your following, and I hope to see you all in the next broadcast.